Well, I think I'm gonna build some track bars today for my Cummins, because this axle is just like flopping around all day. It's just ridiculous. Whoa. These overload spacers, like, they help a little bit, but before I put them on there, the leaves would go up and down like 6 or 7 inches. It was ridiculous. I got a video that somebody sent me here. I'll put it in the clip right now, but yeah, I got the parts, and I picked up some pipe right here from the metal yard today, and I got some bushings here. Just little ones, nothing special. I'm just gonna see if they break. I mean, and I'll build them stronger, and I know I can't build them like this, but for the cost, it'll definitely be good. And I got some bolts that fit in here just super snug and perfect. So I got some steel here. I was just like kind of messing around with some ideas for the back. Like, this would be the axle on the rear, and the bushing would go in there like that or whatever. And then I could just cut it out of some steel like this, some scrap. I got lots of this stuff. Big pile of it over there. So I'm gonna, I don't know, try to start making some templates and figure out how I'm gonna do this. And we'll go from there. Just mocking up some sizes here and some brackets, and just trying to figure out exactly how I want to do this. And this is the first thing I've tried here. The check spurs are only 4 feet long here, and I mean, the brackets are in a really nice spot. I like where that is. It's just protecting the fuel tank a bit, and that's the exact angle that the rear drive shaft is as well. But they might be a little short. I might try to move them a little forward and move this front back bracket a little forward and see how it looks. Not sure yet. But how they are right now, the pipe is practically straight in line with the frame. I'd like to go over a little more, but that's as far as I can go. It's pretty straight though. Well, I just moved this bar, or my pipe, around a little bit here. I moved it forward a bit, and now the traction bars would be 5 feet long, like that. I'm not sure if they really need to be that long though. Like, they do hang down pretty low like that. When they're at the 4 feet traction bars, they're kind of sitting up here a bit more, and it would not sitting as low, but I don't know, I can't really decide yet. I'll keep messing with it a bit and ask some people what they think. Well, I think I've decided I'm going to go with the 5-foot traction bars, because it just seems like every other truck I've seen that I can find on online, they all seem to be at least 5 feet, and some of them are like 6 or 7 feet. So I don't want to make it too short and have too high of an angle and ruin it. I mean, in the future, I can always cut my front bracket off and build a shorter bar, or a longer bar if I need to. But I'm just screwing around with some different designs right now, trying to figure out exactly how I want to do this. I got a bunch of these round crops here out of a steel bin down the road, so I'm hopefully can use those, because that would make it a lot easier, because they got these really nice cuts on them from like I don't know, like a laser cutter or something. So I just cut some edges off them, like that, and then have them like this, with my bushing in the middle. I'll probably have to put a little bit of a spacer in there just so it's not so tight. But I'm just gonna go like that, and then I can put a nice weld in there. There's a nice big chamfer there, or gap or whatever. It just like sits on the side of the frame. Enough room in there for everything to move around. So I'll be able to weld on the inside and on the outside of this thing here. And then that will be my front bracket. That should be good. And then It's really easy to move this forward or backwards or wherever you want to move it for if other people want to mount them in other places. Because I'm going to build a few sets because it's not very efficient to buy material for one set of traction bars, so I got enough for a few sets. So I'm going to get a couple more of these front brackets built up, and then I'll start trying to figure out what I'm going to do in the rear. Well, I think I've decided on my rear brackets here. I think I'm going to build them exactly like that. I got a couple marked out here. I can get three per crop I have out of those guys there, and I have a lot of them, so it's all good. Lots of room for my bushing here. Drill a hole wherever I need. And then there's the front one there. Well, there's my brackets. If you cut them all and then clamp them all together and then grind them together, and you know they're always going to be exactly the same, no matter how shitty your cuts are. But I mean, my cope out here, I didn't need to really grind anything out of that because it just fit. Because I made a cardboard template here first, and it fit exactly on the axle. Then I just cut exactly that out, and it all fits really nice. Well, I just got these brackets here finished off. Turned out okay, I think. They fit nice, so they'll be nice and easy to weld. I'm just trying to decide how much spacing I want to put between them, and if I should put some washers in there or not. I don't know, we'll see. But now I'm just going to drill these ones out, and then should be able to put it on the truck and see what it's going to look like. Well, I built one of these bars up so I could just mock it up on the truck and see what it's going to look like. I'm pretty happy with it. It seems to look not too bad. I went with the 5-foot bars. I mean, if I want to make them shorter later, I can always cut them down, but we'll give it a go. Mount turned out okay. Haven't welded them on yet or anything. And I just, because the frame is curved, I just left a 90-degree cut on this and then butted up on the edge of the curve, and then you can see there's a big gap in here that I can just lay a bunch of weld in there, and I can also weld on the inside too for both of them. Because I wanted to bolt them on, but the fuel tank's in the way, so it kind of be a pain in the ass, and it just wouldn't work very well because to have big nuts on the back of the bolts, it'd be like digging into the fuel tank, and I don't want to puncture it or anything. They are really strong, but I'll just weld it on. So I think I'm going to make up another bar right now. That one's only tacked, so I just wanted to see how it is. So I'll make up the other side, and then I'll put it on the truck and maybe tack it up. I didn't cope these ones out because I was just tacking it up to check my length, so I'm going to have to cope them out like that or pull them off and do it again or something, because it's definitely going to need that for the extra strength in the weld. I just pulled it off the truck so I can pull it apart and make sure they're both the same size. But you get a better look at the rear brackets on there now. Just coped out for the axle. Nice and easy to weld. Everything's pretty tight fit. Well, I just finished welding both of these out. I figure I better bolt them together and make sure they're still exactly the same length and not like bent or anything. But they bolt together nice and easy, so that's pretty good. Well, I got them both tacked up here on my truck. I'm just having a little look at them, make sure I'm happy with it, and that the two bars are parallel and everything, which they look pretty good from as far as I can see anyways. So I'll just keep looking at it a bit more, make sure it's exactly what I want before I get too crazy, because once you weld them on there, it's a pretty big pain in the ass to get them off. So I was going to bolt them on, but there's just really no room. I mean, this is like a tubed in frame, so unless you go all the way through with a bolt, that's the only way you can do it, is if you go all the way through both sides with a bolt. But on the other side there's a fuel tank like pretty much flush with the frame, so you can't really get in there to do it how I'd like to do it. And on the back you pretty much got to weld them anyways because they're right on the axle. Should have did this video with my truck the other way, because the truck's a lot nicer on this side. The other side's all rusty and has rusty doors and stuff. But I was just about to go put some more tacks on these things. I start up my welding machine and listen to this. Freaking noisy. Holy crap. I think the relay in there that's used for like TIG, so the arc isn't on all the time, I think it's got some stuff, like some metal shavings or something stuck in it, because it's did it before a couple times and then it just seems to go away, but this one's pretty bad and it's not going away. So I think I'm just going to bypass that relay for now, because I mostly use this machine for stick welding anyways, and then I'll buy a new relay. And so I figure I'd show you what this thing looks like in here. It's pretty simple actually, just big transformers and controls and stuff like that. But I can show you what's wrong with it. It's this big relay right here. This guy here. It's just got, it just runs on 12 volt power here and here. And when it gets energized, it contacts from here to here. So I have, what is this, a ground. So it activates my ground power. But when you're stick welding, you don't need to disable your power at all, because you just don't touch any metal with the stick and you're good. But for TIG welding, you want to be able to get your electrode nice and close before you start your arc. So I'll flip this on right now. So you can see it's just stuck. I'm just helping it close and it just, sound goes away. So you can imagine how annoying that is, trying to do anything when this thing is just beeping at me. Just beeping at me for no reason. I don't even need that feature on my welder. So I might either make a jumper that goes around there, or maybe I'll just bolt these two leads together if they're long enough. Screw this relay, I don't need it. I'll wait till I get a new one before I can TIG weld again. Much better. I just, yeah, I can turn this off. I just deleted my relay for now until I can get a new one. I think it is a 120 volt activated relay actually. Not too sure. But, see, these were the coil contacts power right here. So I just taped them off for now so they don't hit anything. And I just bypassed the relay completely. I just bolted the two together. I was able to just turn this guy a little bit here for a little more room, and I was able to feed this in just like an inch. Bolted right up together, and then there's these other two grounds that are just in there for whatever reason. They're probably hooked up to the computer or something, so just hook them back up again. And then I can find another one of these. Probably just order something online. But at least now I can use my machine again while I'm waiting for a new relay, because it sounds great now. all you hear is the fan. Just getting a little bit of primer dusted on there. Might clean up my shop a little bit while it's drying. Turned out pretty good, I think. Might as well slam a bit of primer on the airbags too, or the airbag mounts I made. Doesn't need to be pretty. I'm gonna sand it all down or buff it all down and paint the whole frame here soon. Well, that's it. We're all finished. I'm gonna go for a rip right now and just give him a test. See if I can't bend him or break him or something. Be pretty funny. I think they turned out okay though. As long as they do the job, well, good enough for me. Well, that's it for this video. They're all done. They work really good. I'm actually super happy with how they turned out, so if anyone's thinking about building a set, you should definitely get on it or buy a set or whatever you're going to do, because yeah, I definitely wouldn't have another truck like this without these traction bars again, that's for sure. They feel great. But I think they look pretty good, and they work really well, so I'm pretty happy with them. Probably going to build a few more sets. I still got a bunch of parts for a bunch more, for like 4 more sets for now. So I'm going to build a few sets. If you want one, let me know.